Former Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC Chairperson Wafula Chebukati on Tuesday exposed the fallout between two members of the Cherera 4 camp during the compilation of the presidential election results. Appearing before Justice Agri Muchelule-led tribunal at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development KICD offices, Wafula Chebukati pointed out that Commissioner Irene Masit and his former colleague Francis Wanderi did not wish to work together during the entire exercise. Chebukati noted that Masit and Wanderi, who were in charge of security and welfare, sought his immediate intervention in a bid to work separately. Faith Musimbi brings us more details on that story.
More happenings of the night of August 15th, 2022 continue to come to the force after immediate former IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati's testimony. Chebukati, appearing before the Justice Mchelule-led tribunal on Tuesday, said there were attempts to subvert the will of the people and violate the constitution. While testifying before the tribunal probing the conduct of 4 IEBC commissioners, Chebukati said there were no disagreements or disputes among the commissioners.
To be her own team, so I split the security and welfare and gave her the welfare part, and Commissioner Wanderi handled the security.
That split is where I was getting to know whether it was out of the blue or it was a request.
It was a request, and Commissioner Wanderi also came and said, I can't work with the Commissioner Masit.
Okay.
And so I said, okay, fine. So we...
All right, we will not go to the reason.
He told the tribunal that it was a visit by former CS Raphael Tuju, former Senator Amos Wako, and Advocate Kialo Mbabu on behalf of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition, wanting to discuss the tallying of the results and ongoing process.
See, the advocate never made comments?
Yes, he did not say anything.
Did not say anything?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've left out the point of being rewarded reasonably, but I'd rather go there. Let me read this statement, sir. After the talk of moderation, this is what you say. For this, he indicated that should his request be granted, it would be adequately rewarded. Who was this? And what was the reward?
This, the person who spoke these words was Raphael Tuju, and that's what he said. That we consider the request, then we shall be rewarded.
You shall be rewarded?
Yes.
Did he expound the reward?
Chebukati then told Tuju that he would invite the other commission to the meeting since it was a matter that involved the World Commission. The former chairperson stated that Amos Wako spoke first, saying, and I quote, "We should not operate in a vacuum. We should look at the bigger picture of the country," end of the quote. When it was Tuju's turn, he said, and I quote, "It is necessary that we moderate these results in favor of Raila, and any contrary declaration of results will plunge the country into chaos. In the alternative, we should ensure there is no runoff," end of quote.
Yes, the message was that if I declared the final election results in favor of Honorable William Samoei Ruto as president-elect, the country is going to burn. And he proceeded to tell us that the already skirmishes had started in the country. Kikuyus and Luos were already fighting, and he cited several slums, including Kibera and Mathare, on the basis of what he termed betrayal by the Kikuyus.
Betrayal by the Kikuyus.
That was his message.
Right.
Yes.
Paragraph 70, he went on to caution.
He went on to caution that if we proceeded with the declaration of Honorable Ruto as president-elect and chaos erupt, then the blood of Kenyans, the blood of the dead Kenyans will be on our hands. And he said all of us, 7 of us, the commissioners and myself, will be held responsible.
Chebukati admitted that at the time of the 3 a.m. meeting, they had not gotten the final results, but most of the verification and tallying had been done.
As at the time they were speaking, had the final results verified been with you people?
We had not received the final Form 34C from the CEO. We were waiting for it. But as I said, these results were already out there. I remember we had a public portal where everybody interacted with, and people did their own tallying.
So people could have done their tallying and known
Yes.
who is the winner.
Yes.
But you?
The official result from that 4C was not with us.
Chebukati's appearance before the Justice Agri Mchelule Tribunal comes a day after Commissioners Abdi Gulie and Boya Molu, who retired alongside with him on January 17th, made their presentations. Gulie and Molu told the tribunal a faction of a commission led by then Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera plotted with the top national security officials to overturn the will of the people. Gulie said the proposal was presented by a team led by Vice Chief of Defense Forces, General Francis Ogola.
That the two of them, particularly Masit and Wanderi, are of the view that the results should be pushed towards Arira. Okay, let me explain. Yeah. When the colleagues from NSAC were there, we did not have results. And what I said was, as they were leaving, the CEO walked in with the results. And the moderation happened after the results were received by us.
He said Cherera, Irene Masit, Justice Nyang'aya and Francis Wanderi proposed the deduction of over 200,000 votes from President William Ruto and dumped them in rejected ballots to force a runoff in the event the commission was unable to declare Raila Odinga the winner.
I'm very specific to Commissioner Irene Masit because she's the one facing this tribunal. And did she make any comments in the presence of these visitors?
Yes, and I think if you look at the reaction, I mean the statements that I have made there in my affidavit, it says exactly what her reaction was.
What was her reaction?
We needed to pay attention to the advice that was given. We have to have a serious, the message needs serious, attention or consideration, and they supported the sentiments of the visitors.
Gulie said he, alongside Chebukati and Commissioner Molu, reiterated that the commission would uphold the will of the people whatever the outcome. He termed the move of the Cherera faction to storm out the National Tallying Center and hold a parallel press conference as pre-arranged. Molu backed Gulie's account when he appeared before the panel constituted by President William Ruto to probe the conduct of the Cherera faction.
Having seen the final results and having seen the margin of the results was close in the sense that we had almost 233,211 votes difference between the winner and the runner-up. And so the debate was that these results are too close. Can we force a runoff? That was the debate. The results was not to the expectation of the other colleagues of ours who had taken a position that the visiting NSAC members had suggested.
So you are saying part of you had expectation?
Yes, part of us had expectation,
is that
I believe.
Part include Commissioner Irene Masit?
Yeah.
And what was that expectation?
All except one, Masit, of the four commissioners, quit ahead of tribunal hearings which commenced in December 2022.
These things about remuneration.
Earlier, Justice Agri Mchelule declined a request by Azimio to join the Cherera 4 hearing. Mchelule, who is the chairperson of the tribunal, said there is no valid reason for Azimio to join the proceedings at this time.
We were given instructions to apply to respond on behalf of Azimio coalition that has been mentioned adversely in this tribunal. And that is what we are saying, that by the mere fact that Chebukati allowed non-people, non-IBC commissioners to be heard, to be listened to, we don't know how much they carried to that office or what they were told to bring, and they never brought. So those are